So this is the famous Sullivan Tower, home to Sullivan's Style Factory. Sally wasn't exaggerating, it's huge. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to thank her for introducing me to Mr. McAllister. I really hope everything goes well for her and her animals. Oh, I completely forgot to introduce myself. My name's Clara Willard, and this is my first day at Sullivan's Style Factory.
Hello, Clara. Welcome to Sullivan's Style Factory.
There you are, Carol. I was waiting for you outside.
Sorry about that. And for once, I was early. So, your big day has finally arrived.
Yep, my heart's beating like crazy. To land a work placement at Sullivan's Style Factory is every young stylist's dream.
I know. I felt just like you the first time. Anyway, you must have loads of questions for me. Well, whatever it is you want to know, just ask. That's what I'm here for.
I'd love to hear a bit more about you and your career at Sullivan's Style Factory.
Oh, it's pretty straightforward. I started out just like you. McAllister, the school's director, recommended me for a work placement at Style Factory. It wasn't easy in the beginning. I really had to work hard. But gradually, I managed to climb the ladder, and now I'm the boss's assistant.
Congratulations! You've done really well for yourself. I'd love to know more about the company.
Style Factory is a multinational company in the cosmetics and pret-a-porter sector. It was founded by Nelson Sullivan, who still runs the company. Our products are sold all over the world. We have over 600 stores in the United States alone. The headquarters are here, in New York.
Who do you work with? Tell me about your colleagues.
A lot of people work for Style Factory. I certainly don't know all of them. The managing director is Nelson Sullivan. He founded the company. His son Scott and his wife Kim work alongside him. Here, take this before you go any further. It's a personal assistant. You'll find it really useful. Everyone here has got one.
But I don't even know how to use one.
You'll learn. It's not hard. Now, I'm gonna introduce you to the directors of Style Factory. Nelson Sullivan and his wife and son have just returned from a business trip. Their helicopter will be landing any minute now. Follow me.
Your badges, please.
Badge? What badge?
You need a badge to use the lift. It's a security measure.
But I haven't got one.
It's my fault. I forgot to give you one. Go on, Mike. Be a sweetheart and let her in anyhow.
It's out of the question, young lady. These are the new security measures.
Okay. Wait here, Clara. I'll just go and get your badge from the design workshop. I'll be right back. It won't take me a second.
Okay.
Oh, great. The door's locked. The badge has got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Now I can head back to the lobby. Clara must be getting impatient.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Clara, I found your badge. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Thank you.
Don't lose it. You've only got one.
I'll be careful. Promise.
Okay. Have a nice day, young ladies.
You too, Mike, and well done, you, for being so conscientious. Oh no, we're late. I promised Mr. McAllister that we'd be there to meet the Sullivans on their arrival.
Hold on. Before we go and meet them, could you tell me a bit more about them?
What else would you like to know?
Tell me about Nelson Sullivan.
Nelson Sullivan is a living legend. Did you know that a magazine has just ranked him as the world's 8th richest man? Not a day goes by without an article about him appearing in the tabloids. But what the papers don't tell you is that this eccentric individual in his colorful get-ups is a formidable businessman. When he created Style Factory 12 years ago, no one believed in his idea. Today, his group is the market leader in cosmetics and pret-a-porter. What else would you like to know?
What's Scott like?
Scott doesn't have a good reputation at Style Factory. Everyone thinks he's a spoiled brat, and it's certainly true that he's never wanted for anything. After all, when your name's Sullivan, money is no object. But I think people are wrong to judge Scott on his money and sports cars alone. He's also a very sensitive young man with a real artistic talent. It's a pity he's so shy. I'd like to get to know him better. What else would you like to know?
I'd like to know more about Kim.
Kim Doherty is a former actress-turned-businesswoman. She never really made it in Hollywood. Some people would go so far as to say she was no good. Anyway, since she started working for Style Factory, she's certainly found her niche.
Does she live with Nelson Sullivan?
Yes, Sullivan was married before, but his wife died in a car accident 2 years ago. Since then, he's remarried to Kim Doherty, whom he absolutely worships. Scott, on the other hand, can't stand her. He thinks she's a bad influence on his father. Hurry up. I'll meet you at the heliport.
But I don't even know where that is.
It's on the building's roof, of course. Use the map on your personal assistant to find your way there.
Ah, Clara, there you are.
Mr. McAllister, I'm so nervous.
You're understandably a little anxious, but don't worry. Nelson Sullivan is a friend of mine. Nelson, hello!
Not here. The engines are making such a racket. Let's go to my office.
Well, Nelson, I'd like to introduce you to Clara Willard. She's one of Imagine Fashion Designer's best students.
I trust your judgment, Charles. You've got a knack for sniffing out new talent. So, young lady, you're going to be working with us?
Well,
Don't be shy. Here at Style Factory, we're all one big family. This is my wife, Kim, who runs the cosmetics department, and my son, Scott, who's in charge of the fashion design department. What would you like to do here?
Clara's a very promising designer. I thought she could join the design team.
The design team, is that all? Well, come to think of it, why not? After all the great designers had to start somewhere. Okay, it's a deal. You start today. Carol, would you see to this young lady's details, please?
Of course, Mr. Sullivan.
Perfect. Now, if it's all right with you, I've got work to do. Very soon, we're going to be organizing a cocktail party for the launch of our new cosmetics line, Éclat Ardent. You're invited, of course.
thank you so much, Mr. Sullivan.
Now we're going to move on to the serious stuff. After being trained in our workshops, I'm going to ask you to work for Style Factory's clients. If your designs are of a high enough standard, your reputation will blossom, and you could become fashion's young hope.
How come you're not dressed yet? Nelson Sullivan's waiting for us.
What for?
The cocktail party, of course.
Oh, shoot. I completely forgot.
Hurry up and don't forget your book. Nelson wanted to have a look at it.
I'm coming. I'll just be a sec.
Dear friends, we are gathered here this evening to celebrate the launch of a new line of cosmetics that will undoubtedly allow us to increase our stakehold in the under-25 market. Éclat Ardent, as it is known, is a revolution in the world of teenage cosmetics. We owe this success to Kim Doherty, the director of our cosmetics department. I would very much like to congratulate her here today.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very flattered.
Look at Scott Sullivan. He looks as if he's sulking.
I told you those two don't get along.
Good evening. You're not...
Steve Anderson, yes. Do I know you?
No, I'm sure you don't. I'm just starting a work placement at Style Factory, but I've seen all your films. You're a great actor. I loved you and I'll be dead tomorrow.
Thanks. That's sweet of you to say so. Nikos Amadeus is just jealous. He said I stole the limelight from him, even though I only had a supporting role in the film.
It must be amazing to be an actor.
It's tiring, too. People don't realize how exhausting fame can be. All that signature signing, the celebrity parties, and the high society dinners. Not to mention all those girls chasing around after you. Sometimes I fantasize about being just another face in the crowd. But let's talk about you. So, you work for Style Factory?
Not yet. I'm just on a placement.
It's a start. Well, if you ever need any advice or helpful tips, I'll leave you my cell phone number. Don't think twice about calling me.
Thanks. It's really kind of you.
So, Clara, chatting up my boyfriend now, are you?
Your boyfriend?
Yes, Steve and I have been engaged for 2 months now. You see, sweetie, fashion design is the path to happiness.
Wow.
Steve, will you leave my friend alone? She just got here and you're already all over her.
But she was the one who came up to me.
Okay, I'll let you off this time.
It's amazing, Carol. Ever since I arrived at Sullivan's Style Factory, I feel like any minute now I'm going to wake up. And just look at the dresses, the dinner jackets, the jewelry. It's all so beautiful.
Nelson Sullivan is a born show-off. It's just the way he is. When he organizes an event like this, he doesn't cut corners. But I must admit that the thrill of it soon wears off. I'm fed up with eating caviar and listening to the same old tunes. Hey, you wouldn't want to do me a favor, would you?
What?
Change the record. The stereo's just over there. I feel like something a bit more romantic.
Are you sure I'm allowed?
Of course, no one will notice. And if you choose a song I like, I'll let you in on the latest Style Factory gossip.
Well, if there's a reward thrown in.
By the way, while I remember, here's my cell phone number. It might come in handy.
Thanks. I appreciate it. So, what song shall I put on? So, what track shall I put on? Okay, I'm gonna go for that one. Let's hope it's good.
Thanks, Clara. That's exactly the type of music I felt like.
You're welcome.
True to my word, I promised to let you in on a secret. Well, here it is. Do you know what the rumor going around Style Factory is?
No, I'm all ears.
You probably know that Nelson Sullivan's first wife, Jessica Wooden, died in a car accident. Or at least that's how the story goes. Well, the rumor is that actually she was murdered.
No way! Does Nelson know?
I don't think so. And remember, not a word of this to anyone. It could cost me my job.
No worries, Carol. You can count on me.
Good evening, Clara. How nice to see you again. Well, it would seem your work placement has got off to a good start.
Yes, I'm really pleased about it.
The launch of the new cosmetics collection will generate a lot of work for everyone. Now's your chance to show what you're made of.
I hope I'm good enough.
Of course you are. I don't doubt it for 1 minute.
Mr. McAllister, may I ask you a question?
Fire away, Clara.
What's Scott Sullivan's relationship with his father like? They don't seem to get along very well.
Yes, things are a bit tense between them. Nelson has a very open and generous nature that clashes with his son's more introverted personality. And Kim's presence doesn't help matters. Scott hates her.
That can't be easy on a day-to-day basis.
You need to know that so you don't go and put your foot in it. But don't pay too much attention to the rumors going around. The main thing is your work. That's where you need to focus your attentions.
Thanks for the advice, Mr. McAllister. I'll remember that.
By the way, here's my cell phone number. If you need anything...
That's really kind of you.
Hello, Clara. So, are you happy to be here?
Very happy, Mrs. Doherty.
Please, call me Kim. We're all on first-name terms here.
I'll remember that.
Really? Where has that waiter gone to? Our glasses are empty.
I can go to the bar for you, if you like.
Would you do that? Thank you, Clara. That's really sweet of you. I'd like a pineapple juice. Nelson, what would you like? How about you, Scott?
A raspberry juice for me.
And a kiwi juice for me.
So that's a pineapple juice for you, a raspberry juice for Mr. Nelson, and a kiwi juice for Scott. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Clara. It's very kind of you. At least we know we can rely on you, and that's an invaluable quality in our world. There's very few people who you can really trust, you know.
All I did was get you a drink.
That's irrelevant. I've got enough experience to tell from the offset if I can trust someone. That's how I hire my staff, by gut instinct. Believe me, it's the only way.
I'm sure you're right, Kim.
Trust me, I've got plenty of experience. Well, have a good evening, Clara. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Clara. You've been very helpful. I'm sure we're going to get along famously. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. At Style Factory, we aim to give everyone the role they're most suited to. Being able to match tasks to skills, that's the secret of our success.
I haven't got much experience, but I've had great training at Imagine Fashion Designer. I know how to draw, sew, apply makeup.
You must have a favorite among all of those, don't you?
Yes, I love drawing, coming up with new shapes, blending colors. It's so exciting. If you like, I'll show you my book. I'm quite proud of some of my more recent sketches.
I'd love to. Come and show it to me when you get a moment.
Thanks. What? No ice? Kiwi juice is supposed to be served chilled.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sullivan. I can go and get you some if you like.
No, this will do. Anyway, I'm not thirsty anymore. You must think I'm a bit strange, huh?
No, Mr. Sullivan. A lot of my friends are artists.
And artists are all prima donnas. Yes, I know what people say. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. My mother died just over 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It completely turned my world on end. Nothing's how it used to be. I don't know if you can understand what I mean, but I just seem to have lost all interest in life.
That must be terrible.
But I can see I'm boring you.
No, not at all.
Anyway, good night. I should never have told you that.
What an unusual guy.
Let's have a look. Not bad. I need to have a better look at this. Who knows? Perhaps we could use some of your designs in our next collection.
That would be an honor, sir. A real honor. Kim Doherty had asked me along to the public launch of the new makeup line Éclat Ardent, but as I walked into the press room, I immediately sensed something was wrong.
What do you mean you've lost the lipsticks? Are you serious?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Doherty. I don't know what happened. All 5 lipsticks were here earlier.
Can I help?
Perfect timing, Clara. I'm surrounded by idiots. The launch for the Éclat Ardent line is about to start in 20 minutes and the lipsticks have disappeared. I've got nothing to do Monica's makeup with. Can you look for the samples? I haven't got time.
Leave it to me, Mrs. Doherty. You can count on me.
Okay, but be quick. There are 5 tubes ranging from red to light pink. They're one-offs.
I'm on it.
Oh, while I remember, here's my cell phone number. Keep me posted.
I will, Mrs. Doherty, promise. I don't believe it. There's a tube of Éclat Ardent in Kim's bag. Didn't she realize? What shall I do? Should I tell her? Excuse me, Mrs. Doherty, but I think one of the lipstick samples you're looking for is in your bag.
What? Oh, yes. So, did you put it in there?
Not at all,
Now listen very carefully, young lady. I don't like your scheming ways one little bit. What do you take me for?
I don't, Mrs. Doherty.
I've really got better things to be doing than sorting out trainees' mistakes.
But I didn't do anything.
My point exactly. In this business, you need to have ideas and initiative. That'll be all for now, Clara. But don't let this happen again. What do you think you're doing going through my bag?
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Doherty. I thought it was my bag. Just my luck. Next time, I'll wait until Kim's not around. Whew, no one will ever know, but it was a close call. I've got 1 tube of lipstick. Now, I just need to find the others. Hello, Mrs. Doherty.
Hello, Clara. So, how's it going?
I'm making progress, but I've still got some samples left to find.
I'm counting on you. See you later.
Hello, is this Mr. McAllister? Clara Willard speaking.
Hello, Clara. Nice to hear from you.
Are you at Sullivan's Style Factory today?
Yes, I'm in the jewelry workshop. Come and join me if you like.
Okay, see you soon. Hi, Carol.
Hello, Clara.
Where are you?
By the swimming pool on the terrace. Come and join me if you like.
Okay, see you soon. Hello, is this Steve? This is Clara speaking. Where are you?
In the lobby. Come and join me if you like. but hurry up. I'm waiting for a taxi.
Okay, see you soon. Wow, jewelry galore! This is a real Aladdin's cave. I don't know if I'll be able to find anything in here. Yes! How lucky is that? Here's one of the samples I was looking for. There's another tube. Now I just need to find the other 3. I've already looked in here. There's no point in looking again.
Hello, Clara. Is there something I can help you with?
Mrs. Doherty has asked me to find her samples.
For éclat ardent, I bet. She really is unbelievable. She's so scatty. I'm sorry, Clara. I've got no idea where they could be.
Shoot, the door's locked. Who'd have the key? Excuse me, Carmen. I'm looking for the key to the design workshop.
I haven't got it. Maybe McAllister? He was in the workshop earlier.
A wall socket? Well, I've got nothing to plug in for now. Excuse me, Mr. Sullivan. I'm looking for the key to the design workshop.
Do you really think I've got time to concern myself with a bunch of keys? There are 322 offices in this building.
Hello, Mr. McAllister. I'm looking for the key to the design workshop.
The key? Hold on, I might have it. Oh yes, I put it in my pocket. I'm so absent-minded. Here you are.
Thank you. I'll bring it back to you later.
No need. Just leave it in the lock. Otherwise, I'll probably just go and forget it again.
Hi, I'm looking for the key to the design workshop.
You should ask McAllister. He's scatty enough to have put it in his pocket.
It should be easier with the key. So, is there anything interesting in here? Bingo! There's another lipstick. I've only got 2 more left to find.
Hello, Clara. It's good to see you again.
Mrs. Doherty asked me to look for her Eclat Ardent samples. They've disappeared.
I don't know anything about that. Anyway, my makeup artists are certainly not to blame.
So, have you found the lipsticks?
Not yet, Mrs. Doherty.
What are you waiting for? Time's running out!
Sorry, but I need to finish getting ready.
Oh, sorry. Am I disturbing you?
Not at all, but I'm in a hurry. I've got a photo shoot in 10 minutes.
Hey, that lipstick. It's an Eclat Ardent. Kim Doherty is turning the building upside down looking for the samples.
Well, I'm sorry for the boss, but I still need it. The magazine Dolce girl is expecting our photos this afternoon.
Are you sure that color goes with your makeup?
Well, a deep red would go better, but I couldn't find one.
Hold on a sec. I'll find you one.
Thanks.
Where can I get a hold of some other lipsticks? There might be some in the beauty workshop.
So, mission accomplished? Yes, that's exactly the shade I was after. It's a deal. You give me that lipstick, and I'll give you the other one.
Excellent. There you go. Yet another tube. I've only got 1 more left to find. Just hang in there, sister. You're on the right track.
Yes?
Mrs. Doherty asked me to look for her Eclat Ardent samples. They've disappeared.
And what am I supposed to do about it? I'm in charge of the design department, not the makeup department.
Hello, Clara. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Mrs. Doherty asked me to look for her Eclat Ardent samples. They've disappeared.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. Don't tell anyone, but I don't much like the new lipsticks.
Hey, that dog's got something in his mouth. Come here, you. Now I see what it is. It's a lipstick. Give that to me. Whoa, he's a bit fierce. How am I gonna get that lipstick off him? Maybe I should give him something in exchange. Whew, got it. Actually, that little dog wasn't as fierce as all that. I think I found all the tubes of lipstick. Now there's not a minute to lose. I need to give them to Kim.
Did you want something, Clara?
I found the 5 lipstick samples.
That's great news. Can I have them? You found my lipstick samples. Where were they? Anyway, you can tell me later. The journalists are getting impatient. I'd better not keep them waiting. Thank you, Clara. You've been a real help.
Just doing my job, Mrs. Doherty.
But you did it very well. McAllister was right to recommend you. You've got a great career ahead of you at Style Factory. Marty! Do you know where Marty's gone to?
Who?
You know Marty, my dog. He's disappeared.
I haven't seen him, but I'm warning you, if he bites me, I'll call the pound. Anyway, animals aren't allowed in this building.
Scott, please stop teasing me. This is serious. You wouldn't help me look for him, would you?
Absolutely not. I've got...
Will you, Clara?
Well, if I can be of any help.
Thanks, I knew I could count on you. I have to go to the design workshop. Come and find me there once you found Marty.
Aren't we going to look for him together?
No time, Clara, no time!
Hey, there's Marty. I've just got to catch him. Rats, I wasn't fast enough. He got away again. I can't believe it. Come here. Come here right now. This is gonna take all day. I need to find a way of coaxing him. I'll tidy these clothes up later. First, I need to find Kim's dog. What's behind this grill? Marty wouldn't have gone in there, would he? Anyway, it's screwed to the wall. What a mess! This all needs to be tidied up, but I haven't got time now. He should like this one. So, little doggy, are we friends now? Good boy. Now you just trot along behind me back to your owner. So, little doggy, are we friends now? Good boy. Now you just trot along behind me back to your owner. I've got some good news, Mrs. Doherty. I found your dog.
Oh, Marty! What a relief. I was starting to think that maybe Scott had actually carried out his threats. Now sit, you rascal! What are you waiting for?
Well, if that's everything...
Wait, Clara. I need you to do me just another very small favor. Marty has made a real mess of the clothes in the showroom. It's nothing serious, but some of them have disappeared and we need to find where they are. Could you do that? Please?
Okay, Mrs. Doherty. I'll take care of it. Only 5 more garments left to find. I'm getting there. Just 4 more to go. Come on, you can do it. This dog seems to have the run of the place. Oh well, I found the garment. That's the important thing. How many more have I got to find? 3? There you go, almost done. That garment is too high up for me. How can I reach it? 2 more to go and I'm done! This is the last garment, isn't it? Oh, great. There's still 1 more to go. There! That's all of them. Kim's going to be really pleased. Kim isn't very talkative.
Thanks, Clara. It's really sweet of you.
You're welcome, Mrs. Doherty.
You've done a great job. In a company like ours, we need people we can rely on, whether it's to make a cup of coffee or get a big project off the ground. We need people like you.
Congratulations! You've just reached fashion's young hope level. Keep it up, you're very talented. You're well on your way to making a name for yourself in the fashion industry.
How much? $40 million? I don't believe what I'm hearing.
It's a standard budget for a line of this size.
I've launched whole fashion collections for 3 times less than that.
Times have changed, Scott. Nowadays, you need advertising campaigns.
Why not just admit that Kim is fleecing you? Of course, nothing's too much for the launch of Éclat Ardent. If my mother were still alive, she...
Stop talking rubbish. This collection is of great strategic importance to Style Factory, and we're investing in it accordingly. As for Kim, she's only the single most competent person for this job.
I've had enough of your little schemes. I need some fresh air, and the further away from here, the better.
But Scott, wait.
What do you think you're doing?
I just wanted to get myself a coffee.
As you well know, the coffee machine is next to the break room. That's not a particularly convincing story.
Oops. I don't think Mike really believes my story. I thought I heard burglars.
Aren't you supposed to be working?
I heard footsteps. I was worried about Mr. Sullivan.
Did it not occur to you that it might just be Mr. Sullivan in his office?
No, because I would recognize the sound of his footsteps.
The sound of his footsteps? Mr. Sullivan hates noisy shoes. This is sounding less and less believable.
I'd better come up with something a bit better than that, or Mike will be on to me.
Did it not occur to you that it might just be Mr. Sullivan in his office?
No, I didn't think of that.
Well, that is the most logical explanation. You're not an idiot, are you? You're gonna need to come up with something better than that. Your story doesn't make sense.
Uh-oh. If I slip up like that just one more time, Mike will turn me into Mr. Sullivan.
Did it not occur to you that it might just be Mr. Sullivan in his office?
No, because I thought he'd gone out.
Mr. Sullivan is always in his office on Wednesday. Everyone knows that.
I'm new here. I'm not familiar with his routine yet.
Listen, there's no point in lying to me, young lady. What I want to know is, did you overhear anything you weren't supposed to?
Nothing at all. Nope, just some murmuring. I have to go now. I've got loads of work to do.
Okay, that'll do. Get back to work, and make sure I don't catch you sneaking around here again without a very good reason. You do well to listen to me, Miss Willard.
Hi, Scott. Am I disturbing you?
It's really not a good time, Clara.
Listen, I know we don't know each other very well. Perhaps I said something to offend or annoy you without meaning to?
Of course you didn't. What are you talking about? It's got nothing to do with you. Now, I'd like to be left alone. I really need to get my thoughts straight. Anyway, best of luck with everything.
Scott is really down. I need to find a way to get him talking. It's not going to be easy. But how about if I talk to him about something he's interested in? I'm sure one of the objects in this room could help me get him talking. I wonder who that pretty woman is. She looks a lot like Scott. Hey, I didn't know Scott was into golf. They look like car keys, probably for a brand new convertible sports car. Apparently, Scott is a real speed freak. He even goes to see car rallies. These must be samples from the new autumn-winter collection. Scott oversaw all the designs. Well, he must have designed at least 20 of the dresses just on his own. I recognize those. They're the Eclat Ardent lipsticks. It's weird that Scott's got Kim Doherty's creations in his office. I thought he hated her. I remember that Scott was on the front cover of this magazine. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
I've taken some golf lessons. I heard that you play golf too.
That's ancient history. I haven't gone near a green for weeks now.
That's a shame.
I haven't got time. Bring on retirement.
Well, golf doesn't really seem to do it for him. I need to find another subject. I feel really sorry for Scott. I need to find a way to help him. Perhaps another object might provide me with a new interesting topic of conversation. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
Are you working on the new collection? I saw some of the samples in your office.
Those are remnants from last year. Don't you look at our catalogs?
I was wrong to bring up fabric with him. He's not interested. I need to think of something else. I feel really sorry for Scott. I need to find a way to help him. Perhaps another object might provide me with a new interesting topic of conversation. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
If I'm not mistaken, those are Eclat Ardent lipsticks, aren't they?
Yes, you're right. Kim left them here on purpose. She's trying to wind me up.
Oops, put my foot in it there. Quick, change the subject. I feel really sorry for Scott. I need to find a way to help him. Perhaps another object might provide me with a new interesting topic of conversation. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
They often run articles on you in this magazine.
They hire a full-time photographer to follow my every move. It's unbearable.
I don't think that's his favorite subject. I'd better come up with something else. I feel really sorry for Scott. I need to find a way to help him. Perhaps another object might provide me with a new interesting topic of conversation. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
Are those the keys to your car?
You're certainly curious. Yes, I just bought it. I hate driving the same car all the time, so I change it every so often.
Right. I'd better try something else. Cars aren't really his thing. I feel really sorry for Scott. I need to find a way to help him. Scott, would you like to talk?
What about? I'm really not in the mood for small talk.
What a pretty woman.
That's my mother.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Everyone here who knew her remembers her very fondly. She was an amazing person, the soul of the business. Without her, Style Factory would never have taken off. My father forgets just how much he owes her.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't tell you this, but it's good to open up a bit. I'm sure you've noticed that my relationship with Kim isn't the greatest.
You'd have to be blind not to.
Since Kim started working here, everything's changed. Style Factory's become a run-of-the-mill fashion company, and our collections have lost all their flair and originality. My father's changed too. Have you heard how she speaks to him? It's unbelievable. She talks to her dog better than that. No, there's no two ways about it. I can't stand her.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk to me about?
Maybe. Another time. I don't know you well enough yet. Goodbye, Clara. I need to be on my own now.
Goodbye, Scott. Another tough day at Style Factory. It was the day before the launch of the summer collection. I'd worked 18 hours in a row and could think of nothing else than having a long, hot bath and listening to my favorite tunes. Then, just as I was walking past Scott's office. Evening, Scott.
Hello, Clara.
Still hard at work, I see.
I've got a million things to do before tomorrow's launch. Never mind, I'll sleep in another lifetime.
Do you want a hand?
That's sweet of you to offer, but you should have a break. You've been working hard too.
I'm not tired.
Liar.
Okay, I'm exhausted, but I can still manage another hour or two.
Well, that's sweet of you. Well, if you really want to help, you could finish off getting the showroom ready for tomorrow's launch. There's no one else to do it, and I just haven't got the time.
With pleasure. What do I need to do?
Look at this photo. It's the set design envisioned by our in-house designer. The props that need to be set up are in the lobby. Can you go and get them and put them in the right place?
Consider it done.
Great. Here's my cell phone number, just in case. And also my father's number. Don't give them to anyone else, they're top secret.
Promise. I haven't got any parcels to send. There's no point in opening this cupboard. No, I can't manage that as well. Let me put these down first. An old and dusty card machine? I can't do anything with that for now. I'll never be able to carry them all. There, I finished.
Perfect. Let's see how it looks. That's great. Nothing's missing. You've done a great job. Thanks to you, I might get to go to bed before sunrise.
I don't know how you do it. I'd crack under the pressure.
You get used to it. And anyway, I enjoy keeping our customers happy. When I see a young girl all excited because she's wearing Style Factory jeans, I know that all the work's been worth it. Unfortunately, not all of my colleagues feel the same way.
What motivates them then?
Money, of course. You can't imagine what some people will come up with to line their pockets. Kim is the worst. If I told you everything I knew about her, you wouldn't believe me. Things would certainly be different if I were in charge.
I've heard that you're tough in business. Tougher than Nelson.
Yes, I know. That's the impression I give off. Do you get that impression too?
Not anymore.
Clara, I've got something to tell you. For a few days,
Me too. The things Scott told me left me feeling unsettled. What if Style Factory wasn't the successful, happy-go-lucky company it appeared to be? And what if the apparent cosmetic and pret-a-porter business was just a front? I couldn't contain my curiosity anymore, so one morning when Nelson was out, I decided to have a look around his office. Come on, be brave. I need to search the...